you're in. Need you back to the lanes. Quarterfinalists, semifinalists, finalists. Hey, we'll take you when you're ready. Come on down. All right, Bowling Green competitors, need you back to the lanes, please. Stock, Super Street, Super Comp, Super Stock, Super Gas. Need you back to the lanes, please. Top Dragster Comp and Top Sportsman. We'll take you guys as soon as you're ready. We need to continue working our way through towards crowning our Bowling Green champs, so we need you back to the lanes, please. Again, if you're still in Bowling Green, need you back to the lanes, please. Stock, Super Street, Super Comp, Super Stock, Super Gas. If you're in, need you back to the lanes, please. 6 cars left in our stock eliminator category. Finishing up our Bowling Green event, Kevin Wells, Houston Rakes, one of them looking to go to the final 3. Houston young driver out of Kentucky. Been to the finals before, won it all. The Jegs Sports Nationals down in Bowling Green a couple of years back. He's going to be dialed in 10-18, Kevin Wells. 72 Nova there on the left-hand side on a 11:09 as they are pre-staged. Getting ready to roll into the stage beams. Houston's in. Kevin bumping in. He's in. Here we go. Who's going to the semis? Going to be Kevin Wells. Red light start, Houston Rakes. Front end came straight up out of the beams for Houston, and the red light came on. 11:22 at 103 for Kevin Wells to get the W. 10:27 for Houston, but the red light on this indicated anything he wanted to do on that end. Here's the big one. Rob Beal and Kenny Bomar, a twofer. The win here gives them the bye run at 3 cars to the final round. Beal's little 283 Chevelle. Off and running, Kenny Bomar Jr. 427 AA stock automatic, rolling hard, top end, got him. 10:35 on a 31 at 120. Taking 13 thou stripe for the win. 12:43 by Rob. A little tardy leaving the starting line, and Kenny Bomar going to the finals with the bye run in the next round of eliminations. So Kevin Wells is going to come back, and he's going to run the winner of this pair. Either George Warren or Randy Lynn Ship. Randy Lynn on a 1063, Warren on an 1104. Oh, baby. If you could see what I see, you'd know that this one was ugly and over with already. Randy Lynn gets the win, 74 on a 63 dial, 1105 on the 04 by George Warren. Neither driver in particularly fancy fashion leaving the starting line. Let me put it that way. So Randy Lynn will come back to run Kevin Wells. The winner of that pair will come back to run Kenny Bomar. Zach Fisher comes rolling in now, our super comp field. Zach and Billy Walker. Final call, Super Gas. Need your lanes, please. Final call, Super Gas. Looking for Ron Roddell. Ron Riddell. Southards, Zinda, Ship, Swan, and Jensen. Need 6 of you. Back to the lanes, please, for Super Gas. Super Gas, final call. Billy Walker left side. Zach on the right. They're in. They're locked. They're loaded. We're green and away. Tom up here watching Zach go down the racetrack. And he gets there too quick. 888 gets beat by an 889. Both drivers under. Billy's under by 5. Zach's under by 20 thousandths of a second. And Billy Walker goes to the semifinals. Nick Eisenhower and Chuck Ridenhour duking it out for the bye run. A twofer, if you will. Eisenhower's hot rod on the left. Ridenhour on the right. Chuck. And that perfect light in the last round. See if he can do it here. Green lights and away we go. Well, we don't have a bag of donuts on this end, but we got close. 009 light by Nick Eisenhower, but it's going to be Chuck Ridenhour getting the win. 8.906 at 185. Eisenhower goes down, takes the stripe. 48 thou at the stripe is what he took, and he breaks out by 14. He had some room to play with down there, so Ridenhour gets the bye run. It's 3 cars, and he'll be in the finals of Super Comp. Now, who's going to come back and run Mr. Walker in the next round? Is it going to be Jimmy or Brian? Smith or Harris? Jimmy Smith left side, Brian Harris right lane. Final pair this round, Super Cop. Red line start, Jimmy Smith. It's going to be Brian Harris. So it'll be Harris and Walker. Down at the other end as Brian Harris goes 8.888. But the 007 light by Jimmy Smith, it didn't matter how many times he whopped it down there, it wasn't going to come back to his side of the track. 891 at $1.69. So Brian Harris. Chuck Ridenhour, and young Mr. Walker in the semifinals of a Super Comp. Super Stock, Super Gas. Working our way there. Super Stock down to the semi. Should have 4 of you coming back. Super Gas looking for 6 of them. Big combo, 10-12 the dial for Jeff. Decker on a 985. One of them's going to go to the final round. One of them gets the opportunity to advance to the nearest cooler. Find themselves a nice cold beverage, some flavor. Decker will leave second. Nice Wanger's going to go first. 10-12 to 985. Not a bunch. Handicap start going to go to Jeff. Hopefully enough for him to hold on at the other end. Ricky Decker says, I don't think so. Oh, a nice Wanger. Dead late out of the gate. This one's all but over, but they're crying. Ricky Decker. Tree turned green, and away he went. 10:03 to $1.14. Jeffrey, distracted by something down at the other end of the racetrack or starting line, or I don't know what, but definitely dead late out of the gate. And so Ricky Decker going to the finals here in Super Stock. Now, who's he going to take on? Is it going to be Todd France or going to be Brina? Spling Air. Brina on the right-hand side, the Cobalt. 350 GTF automatic. France's GTD automatic. The distant cousin of the Cobalt, the Pontiac G5 over there on the left-hand side. Both of them 2008 models. Rolling off the same assembly line back in the day. Brina goes red by a thou. Todd France into the final round for the France. And John's Racing, 923 on a 915 at $1.24. Brina runs 974, shutting it off at the other end. So our finals now set in Super Stock. Getting ready to set the semifinals in Super Gas. 6 cars left. Joey Ship, Leo Zinda. Going to do battle. Ship, the wheel, the cutlass. Out of Ray Skillman's Auto Group, Ray Skillman Chevrolet, and Leo Zinda for the ring and pinion shop up on the left-hand side. Long-time campaigner, Super Gas, Super Comp. Lots of experience sitting out there on the line on both sides of the racetrack. Going to whittle it down to 3 here in Super Gas action. Green light's a pair. We can make a race out of it for 1,320 feet. Close it in. On the finish line stripe, going to be Leo getting the win. 992. Beats a 989.9. Joey got there first by 13 to break out by 1 at the other end of the racetrack. Can you say ouch? Well, Joey's probably saying that along with a few other words. Like golly gee willikers. Janice Swan up on the left and Jeff Jensen on the right. This is the biggie. This is the twofer. There will be 3 cars left when we come back. One of these cars wins this round and has the automatic berth in the finals. Janice Little Opal, Race to Win Motorsports, our bounty hunter program here in Division III competition, and Jeff Jensen coming up out of Clarksville. Just doesn't want to be on the last train home to Clarksville. It's a Monkees song from back in the day. I know. Who the heck are the Monkees? Anyway, green lights a pair. We're off. Red running, and this one's going to be fun. Oh, baby. 2,000 difference out of the gate, and Janice Swan gets the win. 992 at 157. 987 by Jensen. Grabbed a chunk of finish line stripe to break out at the other end of the racetrack, and Janice Swan, the Race to Win Motorsports, she could have a bounty on her own head. Larry Riddell taking on Jamie Southards now. The winner here gets to come back and run Leo. Riddell's hot rod on the left. Jamie on the right. Out of Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Southards trying to hold off Larry on the top end. Corvette taps the brakes, gets the win. 991 at $156. Jamie was better out of the gate. Larry was trailing a little bit. Goes 988 at 151 at the other end to try and make up for it. And, well, we all know how that works. Not quite so well. So Jamie Southards, Leo Zinda, and Janice Swan, semifinalists in Super Gas. So we're down to the finals in stock with Todd France and Ricky Decker. Down to the finals in Top Sportsman with Jim Thorpe and Robbie Irby. Down to the finals in Top Dragster with Mike Coughlin and J.B. Straswig. Super Street final round getting ready to come up. Alan Bush and Randy Ship. Cop Eliminator with David Eaton and Mike Farrell going to be coming back. We're just about to put the wraps on our Bowling Green event. And again, if you're in, you're in. Need you back to the lanes, please. Top Dragster, Comp, Top Sportsman, Super Street. We'll take you back. We'll get our champs crowned, start passing out Wallies, taking photographs, doing the social distancing thing with virtual high fives. But I'm sure there'll be some family hugging going on down there. But if you're in, you're in. Need you back to the lanes, please, gents. Come on down. Yeah, it looks like Top Dragster's getting ready to roll up underneath the tower for our final round of competition. Comp Eliminator, Top Sportsman, Super Street. You should be in the lanes pretty much paired up and ready to go. Super Stock, Super Comp, Super Gas. Take you all back to the lanes, please. Come on down. Get them jumping jacks in. 1, 2, 3. All right, always good to hear the engines rumbling underneath the tire. JB and Mike getting ready to come up. Our finals from Bowling Green for the top dragster, Wally. Our Oakley Motorsports top dragster competition boiled down to Mike Coughlin and J.B. Straswag duking it out for the W. JB on a 6'11", Mike on a 6'10". One of them is going to be holding the Wally, smiling in the pictures behind the mask. Getting the handshakes and the hugs from family and friends. Socially distanced, of course. JB on the right, Mike on the left. Nitrous blower. Finals and top dragster coming at us. And again, if you're in your end, need you back to lanes, please. Bowling Green contestants, if you're in your end, need you back to the staging lanes, please. Here we go. JB's in, waiting on Mike. We're ready. Oh, and JB rolled the beams. The RPMs came up and the car crept forward, and J.B. Straswag goes red on the starting line. Mike Coughlin takes home the Wally for Jigs Automotive. At the top dragster, Oakley Motorsports Wally goes to Mr. Mike Coughlin, who is looking to clinch yet another division championship. Certainly didn't hurt himself any with that final round as he goes a 7:53 and a $1:19. Both drivers shutting off after the red light start. So a couple of very good race cars, but a little bit of an anticlimactic finish with the red light start by JB's machine. Not holding still on the starting line. So our top sportsman finals, our comp finals, our super street finals, our super stock finals. And the semi-finals in stock, super comp, and super gas. If you're in, you're in. Need you back to the lanes, please, kids. Come on down. Comp Eliminator final round rolling out now as we've got our two final round contestants, David Eaton and Mike Farrell. Patterson Racing, B Street Roadster, Farrell over here on the right-hand side. Multi-time divisional final round contestant. Got numerous Wallies sitting at home. David Eaton's Florida-based. A Altered Planetary there on the left. He'll be giving Mike Farrell a bit of a handicap start. Farrell's B Street Roadster on an 839 index. Eating on a 718. So 1.2 handicap start going to go to Mike. See if he can hold off David Eaton's top end charge of that 500 cubic inch pro stock combination sitting in front of the 32-man embodied machine. Farrell with the little 323 Chevrolet. Mike and CJ taking on David and Frank. Red line start, 5 thousandths of a second, Mike Farrell. David Eaton's going to cruise on down, 745 at 126 miles an hour, and Mike Farrell throws away an 808, 130 mile an hour shutoff lap, 5 foul. Too quick off the starting line, and David Eaton picks up the Wally in the win for our finally finished Cop Eliminator action out of Bowling Green. Stock, Super Comp, Super Gas. Need you back to the lanes, please. Stock, Super Comp, and Super Gas. Need you back to the lanes. Super Street, Top Sportsman, Super Stock, take you as well if you're not already there. Top Sportsman final round coming at us now is Robbie Irby and Jimmy Thorpe going to duke it out. See if we can get through a final round without a red light here. We had one in our top dragster. We had one in Cop Eliminator. See if Jim Thorpe and Robbie Irby can make a race out of it. Robbie's going to be on a 691 dial, the new Camaro-bodied entry for the runner out of Tennessee there on the left side. And Jim Thorpe's Texas-based. Chevrolet Camaro over on the right-hand side. Mertz, Texas, the home. Jim and Debbie getting her lined up. Talked to some guys last week. Difference between driving a top dragster and a top sportsman car. Top dragster, you're kind of sitting on top of the mountain. Great visibility, looking around at everything around you. Top sportsman machine, you're sitting in a valley. Can't see but what's right in front of you. Kind of bound in on all three sides around you other than what's in front. I thought it was a pretty apt description. Jim Thorpe on a 642 dial. Robbie Irby on a 691. This is for the marbles, the money, the Wally, the bragging rights. Probably an attaboy or two in there as well. Thorpe on the right-hand side. Irby up on the left. Late model Camaro bodies for both. Big motor for Irby. Little laughing gas. Jim Thorpe's got the pro-charged entry over here on the right-hand side. Thorpe's in. Irby's green, Thorpe's green. This one's going to be a doozy. 3 thou difference off the line. Win's going to go to Thorpe. 42 on a 42. Dead 7 on the dial. 27 thousandths package. Robbie Irby goes 695. He was 23 at the head, so he was 3 thou behind leaving. He got down there to the other end of the racetrack, and Robbie Irby turned Jim Thorpe loose, and Thorpe goes dead on the money for the win. 642.7. Picking up the W. Congratulations, Jim Thorpe, our top sportsman, our Oakley Motorsports top sportsman. Champ here this evening, concluding our event that started back in August over in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Again, if you're in, you're in. Need you back to the lanes, please. Semi-finalists and finalists, need you back to the lanes. Super Cup semifinals, 3 cars left in eliminations. Who's going to come back and run Chuck Ridenour? That's the question we're first facing right now. Billy Walker's Georgia-based entry there on the left-hand side. Brian Harris out of Indianapolis. Over here on the right, Super Comp, 890 category. Chuck Ridenour, we know, is already into the final round. Discussed that earlier. 3 cars left. He gets the bye. So it'll be Chuck and Billy or Chuck and Brian. Harris on the right. Walker on the left. Big run here to get to the finals. Who's it going to be? Red light start by Brian. It's going to be Billy Walker going to the final round. He's going to have a free shot for a tune-up run. He goes 885 at 173 miles an hour. So Billy Walker, Chuck Ridenour, final round contestants in our Super Comp field. Semifinals in stock and super gas yet to come up as well as Chuck Ridenour gets ready to make his bye run down the racetrack. As he will have the opportunity to run for the money, the Wally, and the bragging rights. Like Billy Walker, a tune-up run going into the final round. 009 on the tree, 891.5. And our finals are set in Super Comp. Chuck Ridenour, Billy Walker. Finals are set in Super Street. As we have Alan Bush and Randy Shipp coming back. Our finals are set in Super Stock. Todd France and Ricky Decker. 2 more categories to go to determine our final round contestants, Stock Eliminator and Super Gas. Semifinals now in the Stock Eliminators. Kevin Wells and Randy Lynn come rolling in. Randy's D-Stock automatic, 400 cubic inch bird on a 1063. Kevin Wells, mouse motored 72 Nova, G-Stock automatic entry there on the left-hand side. He'll be dialed in 1110. As we already know, the winner here is going to come back to run Kenny Bomars. Big block 427 Camaro in the finals. Again, 3 cars left. Kenny gets the bye run. So the battle here for the other berth in the Stock Eliminator final round category. Getting ready to take place. Kevin's going to go first. Randy's going to try and chase him down. Out of the gate they go. Small advantage to one driver. A little bit better on the hit was Randy Lynn. But the win light's going to go to Kevin. 11-10, dead zero on the dial. Taking 3 thou stripe for the win at 116. Randy Lynn goes 10-65. 121, push, push, push. and backed off right at the stripe. Kevin Wells goes dead on the dial with a 0 to pick up the win. So it's going to be Kevin Wells taking on Kenny Bomar in the finals of our stock eliminator competition. Kenny's big motored 427 Tennessee-based machine. Motors through 1039 at 111, and our finals are set and stock. Again, racers, if you're in, you're in. We'll take you back to lanes. Super Street, Super Stock needs you back to lanes, please. Super Street and Super Stock needs you back to lanes if you're not already there. Super Cop just ran. Stock Eliminator just ran, so we'll give them a little time to cool. Super Gas should be rolling up next. 3 cars left in our Eliminator category with Super Gas. Yeah, it looks like they're sitting underneath the tower. Alrighty, the finals in Super Stock getting ready to roll out at us now. It's Todd France and Ricky Decker. Going to see what they can do. France GTD automatic. Pontiac G5 over here on the right-hand side on a 914. Going to give up a 7/10 handicap start to Ricky Decker Super Stock I automatic. 350 Camaro there on the left. This is for the Wally, the championship. The high fives, the Yahoos, and the Attaboys. Super Stock Wally on the line. Final pair in Super Stock. Decker's green, France is green. Todd wheeling the Johns and France racing. Pontiac G5 coming from behind. Gets him at the stripe. 9:16 on a 14. France was better at the hit. Takes 26 thousandths at the stripe. Ricky Decker runs 983.6 on a 984 dial. Comes up short at the other end of the racetrack by the aforementioned 26 thousandths of a second. So Todd France gets the W. Ricky Decker comes in second. Again, Super Gas semifinals, Stock finals, Super Comp finals, Super Street finals. Need you to lanes, but if you're not already there yet, come on down. Semifinals now in Super Gas. Leo Zinda or Jamie Southards. One of them is going to come back to run Janice Swan. It'll either be a roadster door car confrontation or a pair of door cars duking it out. Leo up on the left side, the Cavalier. Jamie on the right, the Corvette. 990s up on the scoreboards. And we're about ready to determine who are going to be our Super Gas final round contestants. Already know one, Janice in her Opal. Race to Win Motorsports. Team car for her and Mike. Jamie's on the right, Leo's on the left. Jamie's bumping in. Tree's green, and away we go. Southern's Corvette comes off the throttle stop. Little puff of smoke. Top end. Jamie gets the win. 992 at $152. 989.5 by Leo. Got down there, broke out by 5 thousandths of a second. So Jamie gets the win. It'll be Jamie taking on Janice. JS, Jamie Southards taking on JS, Janice Swan. And Janice Swan with her bye run to the final round. A little Opal out of Race to Win Motorsports. Be back to take on Jamie Southards for the Super Gas Wally. In what will most likely be our final pair of cars down track tonight. And Janice Swan's motor's through. 987 at $164. So she'll be back in a minute for the finals in Super Gas. So we're down to 4 final rounds now. Super Gas, Stock, Super Comp, Super Street. And again, boys and girls, take you back to lane just as quick as you can make it back. Need all of our finalists to the lanes, please. Janice and Jamie, we realize you just ran, but as soon as you can get here, we'll take you. Final round now in Super Street. Randy Ship taking on Alan Bush. 1090s up on the scoreboard. See who's going to take home the Wally. Going to be the 1960 Corvette for Randy. Over here on the right-hand side are the Chevy Nova out of Bushy's Bar and Grill with Alan Bush at the wheel on the left-hand side. Ship on the right, Bush on the left, finals for Super Street. Again, stock, super comp. Take you back to lanes, please. Final round contestants. Green lights a pair. We're off and running. I like it. It's nip. It's tuck. It's nip and tuck. Fourth out difference off the line. Woodlight's going to go to Bush. 10.902 at 136. Randy goes 10.86.9 at 147. Took a little bit too much stripe down at the other end, and Alan Bush picks up the win in Super Street. Stock Eliminator final round. Kevin Wells and Kenny Bomar. Need you to lanes, please. Super Cop. Chuck Ridenour and Billy Walker. Need you back to the lanes as well. Come on down. Super Gas. Jamie and Janice. As soon as you can cool them and get them back, we'd appreciate it. 3 finals to go to wrap up our event from Bowling Green. We need our 3 pair of cars for the final rounds left. Back to the lanes, please. And again, a reminder to everybody that the adult beverage dispensary, otherwise known as the bar underneath the grandstands, is open and will remain open for a couple hours after the conclusion of the event. So if you're in need of a adult beverage, the bar is open and will remain open for 2 hours after the end of the race. Well, I see our stocker finalists back in the lanes. That means Super Cop and Super Gas are on their way as well. I know that because I can feel it in my bones. Super Cop, Chuck Ridenour, and Billy Walker need you back to lanes, please. Super Cop. Chuck Ridenour and Billy Walker are finalists back to the lanes. And again, Janice and Jamie. I realize you're in. It was about 14 minutes ago. Take you back as soon as you can cool them and fuel them and splash them and gas them and come on down. Super Comp, final round contestants, need you back to the lanes, please. Super Comp, need you back to the lanes. Our stockers rolling up and underneath the tower for our final round battle. Determine who our Bowling Green champs are going to be, either Kevin Wells or Kenny Bomar. Super Comp, need you back to lanes. Super Gas, come on down as well. Super Comp and Super Gas, final round contestants. Need you to the lanes, please. Chevy Nova, Chevy Camaro. Small block Nova, big block Camaro. Double A stock automatic Camaro taking on the G stock automatic. Mouse motored Nova there on the left-hand side. Kevin Wells looking to pick up a W. But then again, so's Kenny Bomar. $11.09 to dial for Kevin. They're on the AAA side of the racetrack. 10:30 for Kenny Bomar. Big block spot in the mouse motor. We're locked, loaded, and ready to fly. Green light starts a pair. One of the drivers ready when the tree came down. The other one, well, wasn't. And Kevin Wells gets the win. 11.09 with the 3 on the 11.09. 10.25 by Bomar. Kevin had the better light. Takes the stripe. Gets the win. Runs dead on the dial for the W. So congratulations to Kevin Wells. G-Stock automatic. Mouse motored Chevy 2, the Nova. Getting the win here in stock Eliminator. Super Cop comes rolling in next. Chuck Ridenour and Billy Walker. Billy out of Georgia. Start to finish landscaping owner. Undercover chassis car. Big motored Chevrolet. Ridenour out of Plainfield, Indiana. The American chassis entry in a big block. 632 cubic inches. One of them's going to be holding the Wally. Here before too much longer is going to be Chuck, going to be Billy. 890's up on the scoreboard. Right now is already loaded in and lit the top bulb, waiting on Billy. He's in. Now we're going to stage him up, send him down track. Walker's right. Chuck's left. We are off and running. Working our way to the other end. Billy Walker, Chuck Ridenour, Billy, Chuck, Billy. One light's going to go to Billy Walker. 897 at $168 beats a quicker 892 at $179. Can you say Billy Walker run it on the whole shot? He did. He wins by 21 thousandths down at the other end of the racetrack. So congratulations to Billy Walker. And Super Gas final, our last race of the evening. Coming up, Toot Sweet. One more pair to go. Jamie Southards and Janice Swan, our Super Gas final round contestants. If you're not in the lanes yet, you need to be. Super Gas final round contestants. Jamie and Janice, need you to lanes, please. One more pair to go, and they're sitting underneath the crossover bridge. Janice Swan and Jamie Southards, our finalists in Super Gas. Getting ready to suit up, load up, and head up to the starting line. 990 category, going to close out our Bowling Green race that we started weeks ago. Congratulations to all of our winners, Mike Coughlin and Top Dragster. Jim Thorpe and Top Sportsman. Todd France getting the win in Super Stock. Kevin Wells able to claim the Stock Wally. Billy Walker in Super Comp. Alan Bush picking up the Super Street. Wally to take back to Bushy's Bar and Grill. And Super Gas final round getting ready to come up. Our final race of the evening. Super Gas coming up. Janice Swan left. Jamie Southards right. Indiana runner taking on the runner out of North Carolina, out of Miller Race Car Shop. Corvette over here on the right-hand side for Jamie. The little Buick Opal GT for Janice. The Race to Win Motorsports getting ready to come at us. Super Gas. Red light start by Jamie, and Janice Swan picks up the Super Gas Wally for a Race to Win Motorsports, and she does it with a 995 at 163. Well, that, boys and girls, is going to put a wrap on our Bowling Green competition. Congratulations to Janice and all the rest of our winners. Read off to you a moment ago. Do want to remind you that the bar underneath the grandstands going to be open, serving adult beverages for another couple hours. So you got till about 11 o'clock if you want to make your way over to the bar. And congratulations to everybody. We will be out tomorrow morning.